Chatty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chatty Bobby, this show improved like John Cenas, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chatty Bobby, this show improved like John Cenas, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin with them Wrasslin boys. I'm the POT, alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
What do you say, brother? Episode 52.
Hey, man. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis.
Khalil
Yes,
Mack.
sir. Yes, sir.
And Roger Clemens wore it with the Yankees. Roger Clemens.
Hey. Shout out Mike Piazza.
Hey, man, it is welcome to Wrasslin, man. Episode 52, man. We in it, man. Coming up on our 1 year anniversary on January the 5th. Looking forward to that. Yeah, man. Let's got quite a bit to talk about today, real quick, before we get into Saturday night's main event and review it and talk John Cena's last match. But right now, let's talk about what everybody's talking about, and that's the former head coach at the University of Michigan. But you talk about fucking the bag up. I mean,
man, the more that comes out, the more disturbing it gets, man.
Really, like, dude, I don't know if he's out on bond right now, but dude went from being the head coach of Michigan in a week to being fired, being in jail in front of a judge, from just the rumors that we got about he was messing with his personal assistant, got her pregnant, ordered a Plan B through DoorDash or whatever, and had it brought to the football facility. And that too pretty much spilled the beans. Is DoorDash or whoever did it. His wife pretty much told him to get the step in, had pulled out a knife with her, saying he was gonna kill himself. Then he goes to the girlfriend's house, saying he's gonna kill both of him and her. And she and I don't know if he's out of jail now, but he was in jail Thursday making his first appearance in front of the judge. So, bro, just tell me what. But I mean, like I say, the more the stuff keeps coming out, clearly we haven't heard everything. Tell me just what your thoughts are about this whole situation.
I mean, we're men.
Yeah,
we know this not the first time, and that won't definitely won't be the last. So I hear people with their comments saying he's stupid and all this and that, and I feel the same way as far as him fumbling the bag, like you said. However, there's a lot of men out there that done some stupid shit, and a lot of the people who are commenting on this stuff is some of the men that did a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, which we all done.
I try not to pass judgment. Yeah, I try not to pass judgment as far as him as a man doing this stupid shit. But man,
well, us two being top tier journalists right now, let it out. I want to hear what you really think, because I mean, you've got to form some kind of opinion when we're talking about it, and this is big. The more spotlight you're in, the more all your business is going to be out there. You know, a lot of people that them keyboard gangsters that keep talking all that stuff, nobody knows about their stuff because they're nobodies. Just like if you know, me and you did something like that, wouldn't nobody know about it except for us and the girl and the few folks at your job. Understand this, to me, anytime you're working at a job and two people are messing with each other, everybody knows it's going on. Everybody can tell, everybody sees it at every job where, oh, they messing with each other. They messing with each other. And a lot of times people are married and doing the things that they do, but 6.5, was it $1 million a year? I mean, that would hurt. That hurts. You know, to be and let's
then
just
they said he doubled her salary.
Right. Gave her like a $55,000 raise or something like that. Something crazy. You know, and you can't do that stuff, man. All that stuff is very much frowned upon. Paying people because you want them to keep quiet or you trying to hold on to them or whatever. Even the Instagram thing. Follow you got an Instagram, you're on social media. You're already taking that risk of being on social media. But you follow all these OnlyFans models and, you know, getting in their DMs and all this stuff, man. This stuff is crazy. Like, one thing I used to tell all my football players, and shout out to Adam Ross for putting me on. As far as recruiting, that's the first thing they look at is your social media and see what kind of stupid stuff you've been posting or how you carry yourself. If you're on there, you know, just doing dumb stuff as a teenager, you know, that's the first thing they look at. So when you're a public figure like that, the head coach, you don't think people are looking at your Instagram and seeing who you follow? Because when you go to somebody like that, you want to see who follows them and who they follow, because it's going to be somebody cool that you didn't know was there. You know what I mean? That's why people do it when they look at these celebrity pages and stuff like that. So I'm just appalled that I'm not appalled that it happens. Like I say, stuff like that happens. You know what I'm saying? But man, the dude might never coach at that height ever again. He might not coach ever again anyway.
But another thing with the situation is that it wasn't like he interviewed for the job and he got hired. He inherited this job
right
when Harbaugh left.
He was Harbaugh's pick, not the AD and the board and all that pick. Right.
And you gotta think the timing of it. I know they wasn't looking to fire this guy before this happened, you know, my understanding. But it was like the timing of it's crazy too, because with all those head coaching vacancies, you know, with the Ole Miss, even though they hired within. But you had LSU, you had Florida, you had Penn State, you had others.
Wow.
And Michigan is a blue blood job.
Yeah.
That's one of probably the top 10 jobs in college football.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a Michigan job that's wide open. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. Who's going to be the next Michigan head coach? You know?
Yeah. Well, you see who the rumors are as of right now. Who their front runner is was Kalen DeBoer, but he's not going anywhere. The only person that's not, I'm not going to say they're happy about this story, but is Lane Kiffin. You know, it took all the spotlight off of him this week, which that stuff was going to die down anyway, you know, eventually. But he's the only one that that was not glad the story came out, but probably grateful, because it took a lot of the spotlight on him. Hey man, at any job you go to, they don't want you fraternizing and having relationships with your coworkers. but it happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time. So, it is what it is, but clearly the man has made a huge mistake because you don't want to friend out, but he's also married. So that's also all going to come out as far as, how your ethics are. And like I say, he got a tough road ahead of him. Top 10, another top 10 job is available now. And they're going to, you got to rush and hire somebody before you lose everybody. Before them, because as soon as them coaches are going down, no matter what, them recruiters are on the phone. They know who's up there. They know who can play ball and who can't. They know who could.
And it's within. It's within that portal window, that transfer portal window. So.
Yeah, you got 30 days. 30 days to have that transfer, or then you have to wait till the spring transfer.
Right.
But they all have. Anytime your coach gets fired, you have or leaves, you got 30 days to transfer with no issues and no kind of. Of course, there ain't no, the penalties anyway. Now anybody can leave, everybody can get the hell on. So, but yeah, man, hate it for him, man. Got to make better decisions, especially when you're in the limelight like that. You're in the limelight, you got to make better decisions, and we're not throwing rocks anyway because everybody's messed up. Everybody's done bad stuff in their lifetime. Or stuff they shouldn't have, or whatever. But you want to sit here and say, well, hell, if I was making $6 million a year, I'd do everything by the book the right way. You say that.
Yeah, that's a bunch of baloney. A lot of folks, the more money they make, the more they be out there tricking off and doing other stuff.
Right.
I definitely ain't.
The main people that say that has never been even close to that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not a head coach of a damn blue blood football team that you got chicks and everything that you're disposal. Thinking like Bobby Petrino and Rick Pitino and all these other, they got caught up in that we know of.
Right. Because a lot of stuff has always been swept under the rug for payoffs and things of that nature.
The dude that was coaching the Celtics, Udoka, now he's with Houston. He was fortunate enough to be able to get hired in another position, turn Houston Rockets all the way around, which they one of the best teams in the NBA currently. But he got caught up in a situation, and he was married to Nia Long.
Yeah. Lucky him.
People are like, well, how do you treat Nia Long? And the hell, they ain't always about what somebody look like or if it's Nia Long.
Right.
We don't know that woman. We don't know what she's dealing with.
You don't have to go home to her every day. We just seen what she looked like.
So what?
Yeah, we just seen what she looked like. But yeah, man, not nothing bad to look at here tonight, though. I tell you what, ain't nothing bad to wake up to. But like I say, you don't have to deal with their issues and what happened to them while they was trying to get through, all that stuff. Hey, man, let's talk Phillip Rivers for a minute. Phillip Rivers to the Colts. You have, and let me tell you, before we talk Phillip Rivers, we're going to talk Rivers going to the Colts. But they have pissed off one very, very person in Cam Newton. And we'll talk about Cam all that. We'll just talk about both of them. So let's talk about Phillip Rivers, man, getting the call, was officially retired, asking to come back, shows up at practice, and actually makes the start today. Tell me how you feel about your and we're at the end of the year. You're at the end of the year. You want to finish strong to a certain extent, unless you got a shot at that first round draft pick or whatever. But it's just like our Falcons. First of all, we wait to be able to win by field goal when we're eliminated out of the playoffs. You know what I mean? Already. So it was just funny to me that we win with a field goal on Thursday night football. But shout out to the Falcons. I will say shout out to Pitts, my boy. You came through for your boy. Came through. That guy came through. 46 fantasy points on a tight end.
I mean, that's going like more than quarterbacks in our league.
Right.
All right, the Phillip Rivers thing. Now, he had history with the Colts. His last season, NFL season, he played with the Colts. So I understand why they reached out to him. But the man been retired for 5 years.
Right.
Now, as far as Phillip Rivers, though, he never been a mobile quarterback. So they're not looking at it like he already wasn't mobile. So they're not looking at it like, okay, well, we're losing athletic ability or whatever because he's a pocket passer anyway.
Right.
And he probably could still throw the ball with his weird release. So it's still crazy to me though that the man 44 years old and he been retired for 5 years, literally sitting on his couch, coaching high school football.
And that's who you call.
That's who you call. But again, I get he had ties with the coach. So with the Colts, and he probably figured like, well, it'd be easier for him to learn the playbook because he already kind of know the playbook.
Right.
Sort of. That's my understanding. Now, as far as Cam Newton or others being upset, I get it. Cam definitely way more athletic, even now, but even in their prime, because Phillip Rivers pocket passer, Cam's a running quarterback. Now, Cam wasn't never the passer Phillip Rivers was, and also again, you would have to teach him the playbook.
Right.
I mean, of course, they won't just open up the whole playbook. Even for Phillip Rivers, I'm sure he don't have the whole playbook, but there's still a learning curve to get a Cam who has no ties with the Colts offensive staff. So it's not like, oh, there's a playbook that I'm familiar with, and it's not, so it's like, but I get maybe Cam ego is hurt because he felt like, well, hell, this dude 44, I'm still in my 30s and I probably could still play a few more years if I wanted, if I chose to do so. Yeah, I get it,
and it's clear
his ego just hurt too.
Right. So let me ask you this, because the NFL, your franchise is a business, and the business is to make money.
Right.
Neither Cam or Phillip Rivers about to break the bank as far as what they're going to pay him for the rest of the season. I mean, you're not getting a 3-year deal. You know what I mean? You're helping this team finish out the season and give them a chance to lift some spirits
to the playoff position. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And they still in the playoff race. If they weren't in the playoff race, they wouldn't have did this.
Right. But and you just said it right there, hold on to your playoff spot. One thing, I am not a Cam Newton fan by any means at all. But what I do know is it's going to bring more people to the game if you bring Cam in. They're not going to, they'll buy Cam jerseys before they buy Rivers jerseys. You understand what I'm saying? To me, you're bringing a little bit more money in and you got a little bit more of athleticism. It's just weird but nobody wants to put up with the personality. That's the problem. The problem is not.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that deep though, bro. I really think it's like a playbook type thing. Like,
you think so?
Learning curve. Yeah. I don't, because it's not like Cam moved the meter. Like you saw his last year with the damn Patriots. He ain't this. It ain't like he's damn Cam Newton of old. It's the reason why he retired when he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and Phillip Rivers is not a running quarterback, so it's not like.
Now, according to Cam Newton, he's never retired, and he's still open to play. Nobody's picking him up, so he's picking up other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
But the videos and they were showing about, you know, his workouts and stuff, dude's in shape, in super physical shape. You know,
No,
it just,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure he is.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm sure he
yeah,
is. But he wasn't an accurate passer.
well, that's true that, you know. So, but he
Yeah, I
did give
mean,
you a chance to win.
again,
They didn't win the big one, but they
yeah,
won some big ball games. I will give him that.
yeah. Well, and he won the MVP. So no
Right.
disrespect to Cam Newton. Now, I'm not saying like Cam Newton had a solid career. Hall of Famer, I don't know about all that. Borderline. He's on the
Yeah.
long list of Phillip Rivers, a Matt Ryan, a Cam Newton, borderline quarterbacks that definitely won't get in the first ballot.
Right.
May get in, may not. If they do get in, gonna be people on both sides of the fence saying they should have got in, shouldn't get
Yeah.
in. You know how that is.
Yeah.
But
But it
I don't
constantly
really.
always be compared to Mike Vick and Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson and who was the best running quarterback or who put up the most, you know what I mean? Who put up the most
yeah.
rushing yards? Who broke these records? Who did this?
I kind of look at him more like Josh Allen because
Yeah.
of his size and the way he runs. Because Jackson, and I get the comparison because, like you said, running quarterbacks, but he was more physical, more like he was a problem trying to
Oh yeah.
tackle in third and
He
short, fourth and
and he
short,
gonna try to
like a
run you
Josh
over.
Allen. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Josh Allen. Yeah, they big quarterbacks that are
Yeah.
like a big running back,
Right.
and they was a problem,
And
when they
you want
were.
to look at Cam more like a Derrick Henry, who the further he's got to run, the faster he's gonna go. And once he's going
Yeah,
downfield, man, them DBs don't want no part of that. That's
no,
why Trent Richardson was so good in college, man. The DBs didn't want no part of him. They didn't want none of him. And then they started stepping up when he got to the league. And then it got different, you know. But yeah, man. Hey, we got the college football playoffs coming up this week. Friday, we got Alabama and Oklahoma. Looking to get a little payback. Then Saturday, you got Miami and Texas A&M, Tulane and Ole Miss, and Oregon and James Madison. So,
right.
you know, two of those should be gimmies. As far as the James Madison and Tulane, Ole Miss already beat Tulane this year anyway, I believe. I believe they're on
Right.
their James Madison, that shouldn't be, you know, those two should be gimmies. And then, of course, you got the other 4 teams waiting to see who wins. And, you know, it's about to get down, about to see who's really going. I wanted to get your prediction just for right now of the championship game.
Well, first of
And we'll
all,
come back to it.
I think the James Madison Oregon game gonna be a lot closer than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect James Madison to win, but
Right.
I don't think they're not going to lay down. I
Right.
think it's going to be one of those games where the game is close to the fourth quarter, maybe a
Yeah. Oregon
turnover
pull
or
away a little bit.
something. Then they might score. Yeah, it might open up in the fourth quarter, but I think they're gonna have to fight. Now, far Tulane, Ole Miss again. Ole Miss beat them in the regular season, but hey, we know how it can go when you play a team twice. Now, again, I don't expect Tulane to beat Ole Miss, but I'm
Right.
kind of curious to see how the team gonna respond since they don't have Kiffin.
Yeah. That's gonna
Are
be
they gonna
big.
rally? Now, I know they like the new coach. All right, so
Yeah.
they're gonna rally behind that and be like, "Hey, we don't need Kiffin. We're gonna show him," or is that really gonna make a difference? Like, are we gonna see like far as the coaching adjustments and all of that? We don't know, but I definitely
Right.
pick Ole Miss. I pick Oregon. Um, Now
Miami and
Texas
A&M.
A&M, Miami. Yeah, that's gonna be intriguing to me. I'm gonna go on a limb. I know they're playing at A&M, but I think I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm picking Miami to upset them.
Okay.
I'm picking the Canes because I don't really believe in A&M. Yeah, they in the SEC. but they got away with not playing. They didn't play
Yeah.
Georgia. They didn't play Alabama. You know, I mean, of course, they play others. It's SEC schedule, but
It wasn't a
they
tough
still,
schedule this year for them.
it definitely wasn't the toughest SEC schedule. Let's put it that way. They didn't play
Right.
Ole Miss, you
Right.
know, and then Texas, the one that got them. So, which is nothing wrong with that. Texas is a good team, but I'm picking Miami to upset them,
Yeah.
and I'm picking Alabama to get their revenge on Oklahoma. Because if you remember that first game,
Yeah.
Alabama outgained them. It just was some unfortunate things that happened.
Right.
And, you know, if you keep a team close and they believe, and plus Oklahoma's at home that game,
Right.
it
And
just
they'll
gotta
be at
happen
home
that
again
way.
this
Now,
time.
they're playing at home again, but
Yeah.
I just think that Alabama got revenge on their mind.
Yeah.
And
Gonna
I
be able
really
to
think they was the better team the first game. And I
Yeah.
think they're going to prove it Friday night.
Gonna have a few guys healthy that didn't play against Georgia, which is good. We'll have Jam Miller back. Started to get a little bit going during the Auburn game. Finally been banged up all year, missed the first 3 games. So, and then, you know, to miss another one. I hope he catches a little bit of rhythm. I'm looking for us to get some payback too, and then we'll have Texas Tech next. Then that'll make us play Indiana.
Yeah.
You'll have Oregon and Texas Tech. And then
Right.
the Tulane and Ole Miss, man. Ole Miss playing Georgia again. Playing Georgia. That's going to be big.
That'll be intriguing because they already played them once. Again, you know, talk about how,
Then you'll have, if Miami pulls it off, Miami and Ohio State. Now, how big do you think it would be if Miami knocks off Ohio State, Georgia beats Ole Miss, and you got Georgia and Miami with Georgia's quarterback from last year, Carson Beck? You know, that's big time TV right there, big time story.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, Beck probably throw 4 interceptions that game. You know?
Right.
But no, I mean, the potential definitely would be a great storyline, like Wrasslin.
Yeah. No doubt. So, yeah, man, it's going to get exciting. Let's get into some wrestling. Before we get into Saturday night's main event, do want to mention the Usos have ended Jey Uso's single run, and they're back as a tag team. Don't know how long that's going to last. Don't know if that's for the swerve. If it's I've heard so much stuff about them feeling bad about not being able to really book Jimmy Uso, which I don't believe that they would move somebody in the roster to put with somebody just because they feel bad. That's not how business goes. That's not how wrestling goes.
Right.
But it's exciting to see. I loved how how hyped Jay was with the promo, going after the New Day and then going after AJ and Dragon Lee. So gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting to say the least. So all week, last couple of weeks, anything you've been doing your storylines, but the main thing has been Saturday night's main event. John Cena's last match. Let's just get the other matches out of the way and get to talking about what we need to be talking about. So Ruka, Bailey, they let Ruka do everything in the book. Her whole move set, they let her show out, go over Bailey. Bailey is there strictly to put talent over, is what it seems like, and really to build talent. She's a great worker. The fans love her. They love her when she's a heel. They love her when she's a face. She can do either one, but she's just there to put new talent and other talent over, is what it seems like. But I thought the match was great. I'm gonna go ahead and do Oba, Femi, and Cody. I'll let you talk about all these real quick in a minute. Knew what was going to happen with Drew McIntyre. Obafemi, that dude is scary and he's dangerous. And I can't wait to see him get on the main roster. I can't wait because he's not like one of those big guys that can't move and do this and that. Dude is a major athlete. He doesn't look clumsy. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with him. He's going to run with that NXT title. He's got to go against the Javon Evans dude, who's the number one contender. So, but I can't wait to see him after WrestleMania, maybe become, add him to the roster. Dude, they really going to be working with that guy, and he's going to be dangerous. You want to talk? You want to say anything about those matches or anything? Or
Yeah. Well, first of all, the Soul Ruka, she did some stuff that I'd never seen before.
Right.
I've seen her do it in NXT, but what I'm saying is that her moveset, but when she did the cartwheel on the ropes down to the DDT, I was like, what? Like, really? And of course, the Soul Snatcher is just ridiculous. And like you said, Bailey definitely was the perfect opponent because she can work with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they did a real good job of spotlighting her moveset, Soul Ruka moveset, and she definitely
they did the opposite. They did the opposite of Obafemi. They let him do a few things. They did things. Of course, you knew Drew McIntyre was going to interfere. They're not going to let the NXT champion who just got the belt get beat by somebody that's three times smaller than them. You know what I mean? So it is Cody. He is the face of the company, but still, you knew it was going to be a disqualification.
Right, or some type of shenanigans.
Right.
Now, as far as that match, of course, we knew Cody was going to sell. They were going to let Oba look good, with his power moveset and his athleticism. But the interaction that he had with Drew, I saw that as being sort of like a Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah.
It was like when he went, Drew's a big dude, big, impressive looking dude. And Oprah was like, what's up? And Drew got the, and Oprah, when he pushed him on the ground, like Drew looked up like, oh, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then he got back up. And of course, Cody came and hit him with something. But I like the interaction, like they planting seeds. They showing us, hey, this is our future. These two may cross paths again in the near future.
And the NXT champion is going to be in the
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Right. So I did like the interaction, and plus they had I think they did around 9 or 10 minutes in the match, so it wasn't like they waited enough time. And also when it happened, they both was down when Drew came out there. So they made both of them look strong and neither one of them looked weak. Like it was all, they left it where it was like, okay, we don't know who's gonna win this match. We knew that it was gonna be some shenanigans, right? But they left it where it was like, okay, we don't know who's gonna win this match. And here comes Drew come to ruin the match. That's why I like how Oba, squared off with Drew, and then of course him and Cody embraced at the end.
Right.
Like basically Cody embracing him, like endorsing him, if you will. Like this guy, he's gonna be the future, the very near future. And I just thought it was a good look.
Okay.
I thought both Soul Ruka and Obafemi with the spotlight that they had with John Cena's last match, a lot of eyes watching Saturday's night's main event, and they had an opportunity to be showcased in front of people. I know people watching NXT, but there's a lot of people that don't. So if people wonder who in the hell are these people, now you know.
Right. Right.
That
It's always the
their
method
future,
to
the
the
future is
madness.
bright.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Got a little fun stuff from the Miz. Come out there and in R-Truth came out and say his name and he will appear. Joe Hendry came out. Him and R-Truth interaction was funny. It's crazy how they did R-Truth and did this so cool heel turn type deal, and then he just, without any kind of warning, went right back to the way it was. You know what I mean? But I do get it for the John Cena stuff. But it was cool, something to laugh at, get the Miz is so important, and doesn't mind doing what he's told to do. I don't think. I just, nobody ever thought he would be amount to anything in wrestling, and the guy has such longevity, has won every title, does everything, shows up all the time, never gets hurt. It's got to be something to that, man. Miz is a Hall of Famer, and he's just another go-to guy, another go-to when you need somebody that can fill in for this or do this. That's why that's why he got 2 matches. Nobody cared that the Miz got 2 matches. If it had been a couple other people, you'd have been, oh, that ain't fair. Nobody cared because they love the boo and
He's
love
the
the
ultimate company guy.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. These ladies, the AJ Styles Dragon Lee match, they dropped the ball on that one against Javon Evans and Leon Slater. 6 minutes is what they got. That could have been the match of the night and had potential to be one of the matches of the year. And they got 6 minutes. And the only thing anybody's ever going to talk about that match is AJ falling off the damn ropes. And
when he was getting a phenomenal form.
Yeah. So the way they did it, I don't know if it was on purpose because of the way the finish was set up, but it looked bad. It looked scary the way he fell and on his shoulder, almost to his neck. But the way the Leon Slater dude slid over there, picked everything up. That dude, of course, you've seen him before, but you really get to see about how good and how much potential he really has. And the match was so high impact too. Like they did all kind of crazy moves in a matter of 6 minutes. Imagine if they could have dragged that along a little bit and spaced those spot outs. Like that match could have been amazing. Amazing. And I think they gave him six minutes, dog. 6 minutes. But it is, it's a time show and it's not their night either. I will say that it's not their night, but it could have been. It could have been.
Well, of course, Leon Slater and Javon Evans, they have very similar style, along with AJ Styles, even though he's the OG of the bunch, and Dragon Lee. So I got what they was doing. I think another thing that's very intriguing though, Leon Slater is TNA. Even though I know they got the joint venture here, so he's still a TNA. It's not like he's another NXT. It wasn't like it was Trick Williams or Ricky Saints or somebody like that.
Right.
It was Leon Slater who is the current X Division champion, and I'm very impressed with him, man. He definitely was real smooth. Like how sometimes you watch these matches and they doing all these flips and all this stuff, and especially in that big spotlight, I can see how sometimes the stuff can look a little sloppy. I didn't see a whole lot of that in that match. I felt like they was sticking their spots. Like I said, they only got 6 minutes. It really wasn't about them. It was just like to give us a little sample again of what the future will bring. Picker Evans, he been on it a lot because he was on SmackDown to beat Miz. So plus he fought Gunther in the last time is now tournament. So they've been giving him the spotlight.
Yeah.
A lot. We've seen a lot of him recently, but Slater, no, we haven't, So it was like, oh, who's this guy? And like,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was very impressed with him. So I definitely gonna keep my ears, and my eyes open, watching that young gentleman in a foreseeable future.
If they would have had 15 minutes, and like I say, slowed it down a little bit, spaced everything out, been amazing. Amazing. Hey man, main event, Gunther, the ring general, the career killer, and John Cena, never seen 17. First, I want to talk about Gunther real quick coming out. Gunther, I like how he had his tights, how they said the ring general on the back. It looked like those shirts that everybody wears with like the Muhammad Ali shirt or the Andre the Giant, where they got, they got their nicknames and stuff and got stars and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? But they might have Muhammad Ali, shit like that. I thought it was cool. John Cena did his thing, come out there, talk to the cameraman, talk to Stu, look around everybody, this and this, bring the towel out, and we get out there. Let me ask you this. What in the hell kind of shoes did he have on last night?
I don't know. I don't know.
They look like he looked like
in the ring though, didn't he?
Bro, he looked like somebody said, I bet you won't wear them out to the ring. Oh, I bet you I will. That's what that looked like. They look like some old dress shoes / tennis shoes, like some Skechers. You know what I'm saying? What the hell was that? But anyway,
some diabetic neuropathy shoes on. Get for the podiatrist.
Right. The shoes came with a prescription. Right.
Yeah. I don't know about his shoes. I don't know.
The match was about 20 minutes long. The majority of the match, John Cena was in the sleeper hold. He gave Gunther 30 AAs. One off the top rope, one through the table. Gunther kicked out everything. Sleeper hold some more, power bomb, and some more sleeper hold. And John Cena looked at the camera, smiled, and tapped out. Now, all I've heard, I don't know what you've listened to since last night. All you had to do was listen to the crowd. They were pissed that he tapped out. So I want to talk about the way he tapped out. I'm not mad that he tapped out because people are so mad that he lost. And he's done everything by the book all the way up to this far. Why would he stop now? Anybody that retires, it wasn't his. If he loses, he has to retire. If that was the case, he retired months ago when he went against Brock Lesnar. Or when he lost the title back to Cody. So this has been a retirement tour.
Yeah, but nobody goes out on top. Nobody goes out on top. Now, as far as the thing with Dom, of course, we know that was to make him a Grand Slam champion.
Right.
And then the way he lost to Dom was like him paying for his sins. It kind of came full circle.
Right.
As far as him turning heel. Now, the Gunther thing, I knew he wasn't going to beat Gunther because why would you? Anybody who won that tournament with Gunther, whether it was Solo, whether it was LA Knight, whoever, it wouldn't make no sense for them to have that last match with John. What's the purpose then? Now, talked about the last time is now tournament. what if it was Gunther, Solo, LA Knight, any of those superstars that was going to be fortunate enough to have this last match with John Cena, I knew there's no way they're going to lose.
Right.
I understand the crowd was upset. They want to see Cena go out on top. But who goes out on top?
Nobody.
Right? Especially being the last match.
Right.
Plus, Gunther, the way they've been booking this dude, he's been a world champion. He's been away since he lost to Punk at SummerSlam. Again, this Brock Lesnar thing, I've been talking about this, and I could be wrong on that.
I don't think you are.
I just didn't see them having Gunther face Cena for him to lose to Cena, because who's that? That's not going to benefit nobody.
No,
because Cena's gone.
Right.
He's I'm out.
Right.
Great
He's
career.
done. This is what killed me all night, and everybody was making this reference. They were like, why he just didn't pass out? Because he never gives up. Look what it did for Stone Cold. Well, Stone Cold wasn't leaving. Stone Cold was getting built up. It is a totally different scenario. You know, you let him.
Agree.
I would have been better with him passing out. And that would have been better, but it has nothing to do with what you're doing for him. He never gave up, but he just couldn't beat him. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Why he looked at the camera and smirked and did like that made him look like an asshole. It made it look like this shit ain't real. I hope y'all know that. That's what it looked like to me. Because you were sitting there in agony, and then you just stopped, looked, smiled, and tapped out. And then you went back to selling when he threw you down. He looked like a dick, is what it looked like to me.
Oh, that's one way to look at it. I mean,
it was almost damn near disrespectful. You know, that's the way I took
that whole sequence, though. It wasn't. I get people upset about the tap out, but it wasn't like the man, just like you said earlier. Hell, he felt like he was in that damn sleeper hold half the damn match.
Right.
Like, and how many times did he power through it? Even got to the point where he AA'd him to get a near fall.
Right.
You know, Gunther even jumped on his back, and you know, so it wasn't like he just put him in the hole and then he tapped out immediately. Hell, he fought 5 damn minutes through this, where if he reached the ropes or again he countered the AAM and everything. So I get what you're saying as far as the tap out itself, like what it looked like, as far as, you know, but the match itself and also him tapping out, I had no issue with that. That was the whole point. They said Cena never tapped out, and it's like, okay, that helps build Gunther. Okay, he can
that's
say
what
I
it's
tapped John Cena out.
That's
the whole point of building. You know, that's why I keep talking about this Brock Lesnar thing. Brock Lesnar destroyed John Cena.
Right.
We heard nothing else about that. They just kind of like water under the bridge. I think it'll come full circle, because even though Gunther didn't destroy him, they made it a good match.
Right.
For, you know, like,
and he did something to Cena that nobody else could.
But it's like, I destroyed John Cena.
Yeah.
Well, I tapped him out and retired him.
Right. And nobody ever made him tap, but I did. Yeah. And I get that. I'm just saying that last, if they would have left, if he wouldn't have did that, I'd have been fine with the ending. But the way he went about it and just straightened up and smirked, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like he didn't want to tap out, but they made him. Okay, I'll tap out, but I'm going to do it like this. That's just what it looked like from over here. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, the match was what it was. I mean, you knew he wasn't going to win. I can't believe the whole freaking crowd was just so upset that he didn't win. And then all these people that talk about, all these people that I watch, these content creators, that were so hurt when they left that he didn't win the match. Well, what kind of wrestling fan are you? It don't work like that. That's dumb. I don't understand it. These we got 174 subscribers. They got 1 billion thousand, but they sound fucking stupid. I mean, this guy was in his hotel room that was he does this, bro. He's got like 175,000 followers. He's at the hotel room, went to thing, bro. He's in there crying and everything. They've destroyed John Cena's legacy because he tapped out. It's destroyed. That's all anybody ever remember. Are you fucking kidding me? And we sitting over here with 174 faithfuls. And only 5 of them can hit the like button. But it don't matter. This shit is crazy to me, man. Wrestling fan, I love wrestling. I will. This one thing, it's a few things in the world I'll never stop doing, and I'll never stop going to watching wrestling. But you wrestling fans are the biggest fucking idiots and marks I've ever seen in my life. We went to the AEW show. Did we not? Wednesday. Winter is coming. Shout out to Hoop for getting us those tickets. But good looking. Because we had some great seats. But I mean, bro, some of them, and you've seen them before, it's everywhere we go to the convention or fan fest or whatever we go, you're going to run into them twos and fews that wrestling is the only thing that keeps them from being full-blown retarded. If we're allowed to say that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy, he'll sit with me, he was invested, boy. Like a lot of people acting like they couldn't believe like somebody would win. They couldn't believe they pulled it off. They knew they had it in him. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Triple H come out there. They booed the shit out of Triple H as soon as he got out there. F you, Triple H, all kind of stuff. All night there after right before the pre-show, or when all the wrestlers came around, when Triple H got up on that apron, booing the hell out of him because John Cena tapped out. I have no problem with him tapping out. I have a problem with the way he did it. I didn't like that at all. And hopefully I'm wrong. But it looked real disrespectful to me. But that was a little rant though. But yeah. But
a little rant. But I feel you on that, because you're passionate about the business and you just going by what you saw and how you analyzed it. And I was very disturbed when everybody came out and all the wrestlers and they all was a ringside and paying the respects to John Cena, which is well deserved. Right. I love the video packages that they showed all night. But when Triple H got up on that apron, them folks was like killing them. And it's like, okay, but I saw Mark Henry said something that made a lot of sense on Busted Open After Dark. Mark Henry was like, that's gonna be good heat for Gunther. Because them people will never forget that he tapped out John Cena. So whether they liked it or not, it's not about what they like, what they want. Like it triggered something. So now it's gonna help. He's already healed, but now it's gonna help.
It's gonna get heat
even more. So
he's gonna get real heat. Yeah. There's always a method to the madness, whether people like it or not. And you're never gonna satisfy everybody. And you're always going to have them. And the people that were probably the maddest the most were the ones that said, let's go Cena. And they were the ones saying Cena sucks and hated Cena, hated the spinner belt. And now they're pissed off he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But in all seriousness, they lost Cena years ago as far as being a full-time guy and really representing the company.
Right.
But they got an ambassador. He's already signed another deal with them where he'll be showing up, and that's what he does best as far as media, all the Make-A-Wish stuff. Like they lost a showman for sure, and it's going to be different with him not being involved anymore. It's almost like he's lucky. He's lucky, man. Everybody doesn't get to go out like that. Everybody doesn't get to go out at the top. And the main event at a Saturday night main event is going out at the top, if you ask me. Everybody doesn't get to do that. People get fired. People fall off. You got guys wrestling now that been, are in their 50s and 60s trying to make a buck. It was drawing all kinds of money in the 80s and 90s. Doing every autograph signing they can. You got some guys that were getting over the 80s and still got the longest line at the autograph signing. Wrestling business is weird. Rock and Roll Express. Yeah. Absolutely. So they really lost one to say the least. But he's going to be here, going to be there, but you'll never see another AA. And he said that's the last one you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So it's going to be different. It's not going to be as different as everybody thinks because you already wasn't seeing him. But I do question some of the, I don't know. Somebody's going to explain to me the way he did the tap. I'm going to need to hear him talk about that. But as far as everything else that happened, even with the Brock Lesnar situation, because I can see Brock Lesnar calling it quits pretty soon. You know what I mean? So, but and maybe Gunther, retires him.
Oh.
Because you heard Michael Cole.
I didn't think about that.
You heard Michael Cole call him the career killer.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
They might have more than one match.
I'm curious. I'm curious to hear from Goldberg. I'm curious because I know he feels some kind of way the way he's retired on Saturday night's main event compared to John Cena. Now we're comparing Goldberg to John Cena. Hell no, especially WWE career. Because Goldberg is not a WWE guy.
No.
Yeah, he worked for the company, and they showed him some love. But he's a WCW guy. So of course he wouldn't get the same goodbye as John Cena. Now they still dropped the ball. We don't know what happened. Of course, the self-injury thing was kind of weird. Now we're going to find out that wasn't even a real injury.
Right.
So that really makes it look kind of crazy. But the night of, they was like, okay, well, maybe it was a timing issue and they wasn't able to get his whole speech in. But who has a speech? I talked about that. John Cena didn't have a damn speech. Yeah, he had a send-off.
Right.
But he didn't get on the mic. And
nobody's ever had a speech after their match. Not since the 80s.
That's my point. That's why I said it then.
Yeah.
That's why I said it then. Like, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, nobody has a speech. But I'm still curious because I'm sure he probably felt some kind of way because John Cena's retirement situation went a lot smoother than what Goldberg's was,
Terry Funk did a speech at his retirement match, but that was promoted by him. And it wasn't on TV. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gets a speech after their match on TV. Especially not on no PLE or no special event like that. No, it doesn't happen. You're lucky you got what you got.
Right.
You're lucky they let you come back. And you're lucky you didn't paralyze yourself or anybody else. Because now you could have the last 3-4 times you done wrestled. You almost killed The Undertaker. You done almost killed yourself numerous times. How many times he knocked himself out in WCW? You know what I'm
That
saying?
dude was well,
Come
even
on,
the
man.
Undertaker match, they said when he headbutts the door or whatever, he had a concussion going into the damn ring.
Dude, the man done knocked himself out, missing a spear, going full force into the corner, bust his head open in the corner post, all that stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, he should have retired.
Well,
Hey, he should have retired long time ago. Long time ago.
yeah, and I didn't bring him up to have a rant about it. I'm still curious though, because he's like
But you
one of the
remember, he
Bret
said he
Harts
had
and one of them
footage.
kind of guy.
He said he was going to
That's what
talk
I'm saying.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my point. But I'm sure if he watched it Saturday night, which I'm sure if he didn't watch, I'm sure he paid attention to it. I know he's gonna feel some kind of way because John Cena's retirement match and that whole evening went a lot smoother and was more celebrated than Goldberg's. Again, it should be because John Cena is Mr. WWE.
Right.
But
But they had his
these
family and all that
egos
stuff. They had Goldberg's family and everything. No, they brought the superstar out just like they would for Edge, Flair, HBK. But that was all the next night on Monday. That was after the big show or whatever. You know,
right.
So, man, I want to hear him talk about it for the simple fact I want to hear it and want to know what's going on in his mind. But,
Yeah.
you know, that dude he's just too entitled when it comes to what he's supposed to get. You know, he probably think he's supposed to be on the Rushmore.
That's my point. You know,
and his
like he
son,
thought he was really 173-0.
Yeah, no. Nope. And his son and him probably the only one that ever put Bill Goldberg on a Mount Rushmore of wrestling. You ain't never heard nobody say that, dog. Who's your Mount Rushmore? Well, I know I got Goldberg up there. No, you don't. He might be on the Mount Rushmore if you said, okay, give me your Mount Rushmore of this pay-per-view this night. He might be on it then. But overall, hell no.
Yeah, he's nowhere near that. Definitely not for me. You know,
So
not for a lot of people. You know,
you think he's in the top 25, top 50?
Only because of his name. Because it's not just about in ring, it's about impact, and we talk about that. The dude was impactful for the time, and
they
you
have
can't
no
deny
idea
that.
what they had.
However, we both know, and we're not Goldberg guys. No secret to that. So, top 25, hell no. But if somebody to put Goldberg in their top 25, I get it. But those are people that I know are not real. I hate to call somebody not a real wrestling fan, but those are people that was like flash in the pan. They might have liked the Attitude Era and got out of it. You know, like a lot of people we know. You know, like there's people that we know probably listen to this podcast that
Ain't
they
watched
hear us talking
wrestling in
bad about
years.
Gold. Yeah, they probably like, oh, I hear people all the time, when they talk about, yeah, I should watch wrestling, and they'll mention Goldberg. It's like one of the first names they'll bring up, and I'm just like, huh? But I get it
Right.
because at that time, the way he was
Really,
booked,
you just say?
but hell no. Maybe top 50. But that's even pushing it. But for who he is and the impact he had and the streak and all that, I get it. I get it. But nowhere near no Rushmore like that. That's hell no.
So he's a top 50 in the 90s. Then is he top 50 in the 90s? On both, you put both sides together.
I give him top 25. I give him top 25 in the 90s.
And that's what WWE and WCW put together. That's what all talent in one pool. All talent in one pool.
Well, yeah. But see, again, it's not just about in-ring ability.
No doubt.
Package. You
Yeah,
know,
no doubt.
and it was the way he was booked. The way he was booked. You know what I mean? I give him that, but even that's pushing it. But we have to admit, people who watch wrestling in the '90s, Bill Goldberg name go a long way.
Yeah. No
Take
doubt.
our opinion out of it. You know, if people mention Goldberg, they know who the fuck he is if they watch wrestling in the '90s. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but at the same time, me and you being the wrestling fans that we are, we wasn't just in the '90s. We was already in 1985.
Yeah.
You know, back up to now. We talking like about 40 years of wrestling that we watched. So if Goldberg, hell, he's probably not in my top 50.
Right.
For real.
Right.
You know, but that's our opinion. But I get it. I get it. But he's nowhere near no damn Rushmore though. Like nowhere. He not even the same ballpark.
Hell no.
If anybody who listening and y'all probably like y'all crazy for disrespecting Goldberg, it's not disrespect. It's our opinion. But no.
Right.
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Wait, man. Anyway, R.I.P. John Cena's career is over. Off to do movies. You'll see him every once in a while on Raw or SmackDown in a suit or something. But yeah, man, you can't
respect to that, man.
You gotta respect him. You gotta respect what he did, how he was able to go out, the things that he's done. You gotta even respect him that he's never seen 17, man. So shout out John Cena, man. Congratulations. Thank you for everything. And shout out to Cena, man. Enjoy your retirement for wrestling. Heal that body,
deserved, bro.
Go make some movies, man. Yeah. So, hey, man, it's been Welcome to Wrestling. Hey, shoot, we got Christmas and New Year's coming up. We got our 1-year anniversary coming up, and we also got the Royal Rumble coming up. So, gonna be busy. Can't wait to come back. Might take 1 week off during the holidays, maybe. We'll see. Or we might just, I don't know, we'll play it by ear. It'll be it's our first time really going through the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because we started after the holidays last year.
Right.
So we'll figure it out. Hey, we ain't going nowhere. Welcome to wrestling. Hey, if you watch this one and don't watch another one until the first of the year, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in with us. Keep watching, and we gonna keep providing. It's Welcome to Wrestling.
Welcome to Wrestling, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrestling with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.